Why you keep waking up to pee at night, and the one mistake most seniors make. Hello there, friend. Have you ever found yourself lying awake in bed during the quiet of the night, while everyone else is sound asleep, only to once again get up, barefoot on the chilly floor, to use the bathroom? If that sounds familiar, you're certainly not alone. Mr. George from Austin has dealt with the same thing, and Mrs. Ruth in Phoenix even replaced 4 alarm clocks, thinking they were the reason she kept waking up, when in fact, there was no alarm going off at all. I'm Dr. Melissa Carter from Seattle, and today I'd like to take you on a gentle journey to understand and naturally solve one of the most silent but frustrating health issues that affect many people over 60, nighttime urination. Some believe it's just a natural part of aging, but studies have shown that over 78% of older adults unknowingly follow 5 small daily habits that confuse the kidneys, causing them to work at the wrong time of day, disturbing the deep rest we all deserve. The best part? You don't need medications or surgeries to fix this. Just a few small changes, done in the right way at the right time, can bring back peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. And if this is your first time here, welcome. This space is for anyone who cares about their health, wants to better understand their body, and dreams of aging with dignity, clarity, and ease. Let's begin. There's a common assumption among many elders that waking up repeatedly at night to pee is simply a part of getting old. But the truth from medical science says otherwise. This condition is called nocturia, and no, it's not just old age. It's often a signal that your daily routine might be off balance. I once met Mr. Larry, a 72-year-old from Sacramento, who used to wake up 4 to 5 times a night. He thought it was just normal aging until his energy levels dropped, his memory weakened, and one night he almost fell in the bathroom from fatigue. What starts as a small issue can snowball into serious health consequences. Medical research confirms that disrupted sleep from nocturia significantly reduces REM sleep, the vital stage when the brain consolidates memory, the body repairs itself, and our immune system regenerates. Without enough REM sleep, your body becomes tired, your immune defenses drop, and your mood can swing unexpectedly. But here's the hopeful part. In over 80% of cases, nocturia isn't caused by illness. It's triggered by small, specific habits, like when you eat dinner, how much water you drink in the evening, or even the temperature of your bedroom. The best part? These habits can be adjusted easily and naturally. After working with hundreds of seniors from California to Maine, we've identified 5 major habits that commonly lead to nocturia. When you gently adjust them, your body slowly begins to rebalance, and deep, uninterrupted sleep becomes possible once again. Let's walk through the first one. Habit number 1: eating or drinking too close to bedtime. Many people think skipping water right before sleeping is enough, but it's not that simple. In many homes, dinner is followed by a hearty bowl of soup, some juicy fruits, or a comforting cup of herbal tea before bed, which seems harmless or even healthy, right? But for 72-year-old Mrs. Evelyn from Denver, this routine became a nightly nightmare. She'd wake up 5 or 6 times every night and tried everything, limiting water, taking meds, and even exploring surgery. Nothing helped. It wasn't until she spoke to a wellness expert that she realized her nightly mug of chamomile tea and post-dinner melon were pressuring her bladder more than she thought. With gentle guidance, she began limiting all liquids and water-rich foods 3 hours before bedtime. No more soups, fruits, herbal teas, or even ice pops in the evening. Within 2 weeks, she started waking only once a night. And on some nights, she slept right through to morning, something she hadn't done in over a decade. Habit number 2: late dinners and natural diuretics. Let me tell you about Mr. Robert, a 68-year-old retiree living with his wife in Charleston, South Carolina. For years, he suffered from nocturia, spending his nights in and out of the bathroom and his days dozing off in his backyard chair, drained and foggy. He never imagined his favorite dinner, a light salad filled with cucumbers, tomatoes, and herbs, followed by a cup of green tea, could be to blame. Here's the truth: many healthy foods we consume after 4 p.m., like watermelon, celery, asparagus, coffee, green tea, and even chocolate, are natural diuretics. That means they encourage the kidneys to produce more urine. Robert used to eat around 8:30 p.m., and every night he'd wake up like clockwork, 1 a.m., 3:30 a.m., and 5:30 a.m. He thought, well, I guess that's just what happens when you're older. But then, under medical advice, he made two small changes. He shifted his dinner to 6 p.m. He completely stopped consuming diuretic foods or drinks after 4 p.m. Within 10 days, he was waking up only once per night. And by the third week, he was sleeping 6 hours straight, something he hadn't done in years. This shift, aligning your last meal with the body's natural circadian rhythm, allows your system to digest properly before sleep. It also helps reduce pressure on the bladder, eases acid reflux, and improves nutrient absorption. Robert told me, I never thought skipping a little salad and moving dinner earlier would make me feel this refreshed. I even have enough energy to join my wife for her morning yoga sessions. Sometimes, it really is just one change that can restore your sleep. Habit number 3, the just in case bathroom visit. In many families, especially among older generations, going to the bathroom before bed is considered a wise habit, something that was passed down for safety and comfort. But what if I told you this simple habit might actually be training your body to wake up unnecessarily? Take the case of 74-year-old Ms. Margaret, a widow from Minneapolis, who lived with her granddaughter. Every night before bed, she had her warm glass of milk, read a few pages from a book, and, even without really needing to, made a quick trip to the bathroom. Just in case. And yet she still woke up 3 or 4 times every single night. After consulting Dr. James Lewis, a well-known urologist in Chicago, Margaret was shocked to hear that her bathroom ritual may have been part of the problem. He explained that the bladder is a muscle that learns routines. When you regularly empty it without a real urge, it becomes hypersensitive. It begins sending urgency signals even when only a tiny amount of urine has collected, as little as 100 milliliters instead of the usual 300 to 500 milliliters. So, with the doctor's help, Margaret started something called the true urge principle. She stopped going to the bathroom out of habit and instead waited until her body gave a real signal. If the urge didn't come naturally, she'd distract herself with a bit more reading, some calming music, or gentle breathing for 15 to 20 minutes. And over a few weeks, her bladder relearned to wait, just like it did years ago. Now she sleeps through 5 or even 6 hours without waking. She told us with a laugh, I didn't know I was the one causing the problem. Now I trust my body again. If you're on medication or have a medical condition, always check with your doctor first. And for those with limited mobility, it's fine to keep a small bottle nearby, just don't reach for it unless you really need it. Habit number 4, the way you sleep, and the pillow you use. When people think about frequent nighttime urination, they usually don't connect it to how they sleep or what kind of pillow they use. But for many seniors, the position you sleep in, and the pillow you rest your head on, might quietly be disrupting your bladder. Let me tell you about Mr. Thomas, a 71-year-old retired math teacher from Portland, Oregon. For over 30 years, he believed sleeping on his stomach helped him feel calm. But despite trying everything to manage his nocturia, nothing worked, until he visited a sleep specialist. That's when he discovered something surprising. His sleeping posture was placing pressure on his bladder. Sleeping on your stomach, or any position that compresses your abdomen, can put stress on the bladder, triggering false signals that make you feel like you have to pee, even when the bladder isn't full. On top of that, using a pillow that's too flat or too tall can mess with your blood circulation. During the day, poor circulation may cause fluid to gather in your legs. When you lie down at night, that fluid flows back into your bloodstream, prompting the kidneys to work harder, leading to increased urine production. Thomas made a few simple changes. He began sleeping on his left side. He placed a soft pillow between his knees to keep his spine aligned. He used a properly sized pillow under his head to maintain a neutral neck position. Within just 2 weeks, he was sleeping 5 to 6 uninterrupted hours at night, something he hadn't done in decades. Science supports this practice. Sleeping on the left side helps circulation, reduces bladder pressure, and promotes deeper rest. It even eases back pain and stiffness. With a chuckle, Thomas shared, "I never imagined it was the way I was lying down. Now I wake up feeling rested, and my lower back doesn't hurt anymore either." In a world where we often focus on big fixes, it's amazing how something as simple as sleep posture can be the key to a better night. Habit number 5: room temperature and sleepwear, small details that matter. Many older adults focus on bedtime routines: a warm herbal drink, a drop of essential oil, a soft prayer or meditation. But sometimes, the environment itself is what's interfering with your sleep. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Alice, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Cleveland, Ohio. She used to sleep in a sealed bedroom with no fan, wearing thick pajamas, even in the summer. She believed this warmth helped her fall asleep. But every night she'd wake up hot, sweaty, and restless, making multiple trips to the bathroom. It wasn't until she spoke with specialists at the Sleep Wellness Center in St. Louis that she learned the truth. An overheated body increases blood flow, which makes the kidneys work harder and leads to more urine being produced at night. So she made a few small changes. She switched to breathable cotton sleepwear. She cracked open a window for fresh air. She used a light fan for airflow, even on cooler nights. Within 1 week, her nighttime awakenings were cut in half. By the 3rd week, she said, "I always blamed my age, but it turns out, it was just the room and my pajamas. Now I sleep like I did in my 40s. Experts say the ideal temperature for deep rest is around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Light layers of clothing and breathable bedding allow your body to regulate its temperature naturally, avoiding the overheating that silently sabotages your sleep. If you tend to feel cold, it's better to layer 2 light blankets than pile on thick flannel clothing that traps heat and moisture." Alice's story reminds us, sometimes, the smallest adjustments in our environment bring the biggest relief. Bringing it all together, small habits, big relief. So, let me ask you something, dear friend. What's been waking you up 2, 3, maybe even 4 times a night, all these years? Maybe you thought it was just age catching up with you, or maybe you believed your bladder had simply grown weaker. But now we know better. 5 small, daily habits, things as ordinary as your dinner time, your tea choice, your sleep position, or even the fabric of your pajamas, could be the true reasons behind your interrupted sleep. Let's quickly revisit these 5 powerful habits. Avoid liquids and water-rich foods at least 3 hours before bedtime. Have dinner earlier in the evening and skip natural diuretics like green tea, chocolate, or watermelon after 4 p.m. Stop using the bathroom, just in case, and only go when there's a real urge. This retrains your bladder. Adjust your sleep position. Lie on your left side with a pillow between your knees, and make sure your head pillow supports proper alignment. Cool down your room and wear breathable clothes. Overly warm environments can silently increase urine production. Each one may seem like a small change, but together, they can transform your nights and your health. Across the U.S., more and more seniors, from San Diego to Boston, are quietly making these shifts. And the result? They're sleeping through the night for the first time in years. They wake up lighter, happier, more clear-headed. Their days begin with calm instead of grogginess, and they face their mornings with a peaceful smile. And if you've made it to this point, still here, still reading, it means you care. You're holding on to the possibility of better nights and brighter mornings. So, I invite you to do one small thing. Choose one habit from this list and try it tonight. Just one. You don't need medicine. You don't need drastic changes. You just need to believe that small, natural shifts can bring real healing. If this message spoke to you, or if you simply want to encourage others, just leave a comment below with the word hope. Because that's what this is really about, not just sleep, not just bladder health, but hope that the second half of life can be just as peaceful, joyful, and fulfilling as the first. You've spent your whole life caring for others. Now it's time to care for you. Wishing you deep, restful sleep tonight, and I'll see you in the next video.